I am a single mom to three teenage boys, and we live in Brisbane, Queensland, in Australia. So prior to starting this business in August of 2019, I was my husband's permanent carer for 3 years. I was also raising our three young boys who were 5, 7, and 10 when he had a stroke a few years ago. At the time, I was working a 9 to 5 grind in administration and reception. My hobby was the house dad. He was coming home to a home cooked years while caring for him and our boys that I realized life was indeed too short and unpredictable, but that there was more to life than just paying the bills and living paycheck to paycheck. The boys were growing up practically without me when I was still working 9 to 5. And one of my biggest turning point, I remember it very well, was when I went to pick them up from school the following day after their dad had a stroke, and no one knew who I was in school. I thought they were going to go get the security for me. It's sad, but so it was then that I decided to turn things around. When he went to the nursing home, I decided it was time to be present for my boys. It was time I see our boys grow up, and I'm gonna make it happen. So I did. Instead of working for myself, for someone else, I went and did a few ventures working for myself. I did traditional massage from home, but doing 8 hours of massage every day for 3 years came with its hazards, occupational hazards. I ended up spending more on physiotherapy to treat myself than I was making money. So I decided to stop that and to venture in an online business prior to this one, though, which I spent so much money on. I spent a lot of time and energy building it with very little support from the people that got me into it. Needless to say, that one went bust big time. And at this point, I felt like a massive failure, very frustrated. But I knew I had to keep looking, and that I had to keep looking online, because everything is online. Like everything is online. So somehow I overcame my fears, and I found this business on my social media news feed. I signed up and I watched the workshop like all of you are doing now, with a lot of skepticism in my head. And I actually had to watch it several times because I wanted to make sure the panelists weren't the same people from the previous webinars. So some of the things, though, that made me jump in and take the next step: there are no monthly fees to pay. That was huge for me because I was paying at least $210 a month to keep my previous online business floating, running. $149, that was all I had to pay here. And it's a one-time fee. And the system keeps updating with the latest info. And also having that refund option, that was so good, knowing that that money still belongs to me until I decide to start the business. That was really helpful. It took me 2 weeks. It only took me 2 weeks to get set up because the step-by-step video tutorials were that easy to follow. And I'm very happy about that because I was not tech savvy at all. And I learned so many skills here through the system and through other experts in our community. It was like going to university, except it only cost me $149. And I remember receiving my first pay. It was $280 6 weeks after I joined. And I was doing handstands at that time because I knew the system was working. But my biggest one day payday is $3,530. It's crazy, isn't it? I mean, can you imagine how many whole body massages I have to do in